to the 18th Microcredit Summit. I am very happy you have been able to come, and I know you also attended some of our earlier summits. I think this summit, in my opinion, is rather unique in the sense that the venue is fantastic. It's fabulous venue. Though we do not have such good venues in India, some of my dear wish is to have the next global summit in Delhi. So let us see how it works out, and I am in discussion with Satish and Sadhan, and maybe together we will be able to do it. Paul, now it is 24 years since you promoted ESAF. You started as an NGO, then became a successful, sustainable microfinance institution, and now you are going to be a bank. How do you feel this journey? A sense of accomplishment, or a sense of missed opportunities, or some restlessness to do much more? I don't know. You must be passing through very emotional feelings. What do you feel in this long journey?
The same question I have asked when we celebrated our 24th Foundation Day on 11th March. So I give a reply. I am really satisfied.
Very good.
Because when I started ESAF, I wanted to help few people. There was a lot of unemployed youth, so I wanted to help them to get employed. That was small way. But now, when I look back after 24 years, we are reaching out to 1 million poor families in India.
My goodness.
And direct employment we have created is 3,000 plus, and another 5,000 job opportunities will be created in the next 5 years.
Wonderful.
So I am really satisfied and thankful to God for this opportunity.
See, very few people get opportunities to achieve and do something for their people in your own state, your own district. That is a very nice thing. See, ESAF has done microfinance in a different way. I mean, you have done microfinance combined with a lot of compassion and a lot of microfinance plus activities, and you never lost the spirit of an NGO, though you became a commercial organization. And I am sure your efforts have benefited many people. But it is very important to know as to what kind of transformation that has taken place in the lives of the poor. Does ESAF have any monitoring system to track some changes that are taking place in the lives of the poor, and how it is done and whatnot?
Since 2005 onwards, we have set up a separate department for measuring the social performance, the social transformation.
Since 2005?
Since 2000. So at that time, many of the MFIs even thought about having a social performance measurement unit. Then we partnered with the Grameen Foundation for we introduced the PPI tool for measuring the. So currently now we collect the entire baseline. We do a baseline survey every 2 years.
Every 2 years to every client.
Every client.
Census.
So
not to only the new clients.
New clients and or existing clients also. Then in every quarter we have a social performance, social transformation dashboard, which will be sent out to all our branch managers. They know where they stand. So we have a social targeting mechanism also for
in addition to PPI.
In addition to PPI. Now PPI is measurement. So before that, along with our financial projections, financial planning, we also do a social targeting. So how many poorest districts we need to achieve, what is the rural penetration we want, what is the SC/ST population we wanted to cover. So that branch-wise targets are fixed. Along with their financial targets, the social targets are also being fixed. So it's a triple bottom line organization which we have created. So we are also concerned about environment. We create awareness about environment. We have loan products for financing clean energy products. These have been doing
probably in the backward states of
Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Bihar, and all. We are focusing.
So this year I see that ESAF has made a very strong commitment that you will be achieving and now year is coming to an end.
Yeah.
And what exactly is the progress? And
yeah,
did you face any challenges in that, or was it a smooth going?
Yeah, we have committed, even we have signed up with the Microcredit Summit campaign that we will be adding 200,000 new borrowers. And we have at that point we were having 750,000.
Okay.
And we are reaching 1 million. That means we have exceeded our target. So, and in other areas also, not only in number of loans,
health promotion,
health and financial literacy, we have targeted to reach out to 50,000 people, but we have already reached 100,000 people. Then skill development, livelihood support, we have targeted for 10,000 but we have reached 10,000 people will be reached with specific skill development, entrepreneurship training and all. But we have reached 14,000. And on the social side, the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, we have targeted that 50% of our total clients will be under the backward communities. So that also we have achieved, because we have focused our expansion plans, selected those regions, backward districts in Jharkhand, in Chhattisgarh and all. So selected tribal communities to work with. Slowly we have built them.
So how does this kind of commitment,
Yeah.
How does it help institutions like ESAF? And sometimes people are very casual in making commitments. Sometimes but how do you see it benefits ESAF when you make a strong commitment that yes, we are going to do that?
Yeah, that really helps, because we are giving a commitment to the external world that we are going to do this. We are announcing, and the entire organization owns it up. So there a sort of pride will come to the team when we achieve this. So we have created an organization that not only your financial goals, along with that, unless you achieve your social goals, we are not achieving the mission of the organization. So that is being to the last mile, to the last person also. They own it.
So what next? Say how do you visualize the coming year for 16-17? You have any stronger plans and ideas, or any new things that are coming up?
Yeah, we are new things. We are in the process of converting to a small finance bank. That is a major.
That's going to be in
so
this
we are
year?
going, this year by this calendar year it will happen. Before 2016 December.
Okay.
So the advantage of becoming a small finance bank, we will be able to provide a full range of financial services to our members, and mainly because we have a 20-year loan cycle now we have completed. We have started in 95, so 20. So there are people who need larger amount of loans.
Absolutely.
So we have been referring them to the other banks. So for which we will be able to service them, and they wanted to be with ESAF. They also, so that is one advantage, and we are committed to serve the underserved and underprivileged communities, even if we become bank. With the triple bottom line approach, and we are committed to reach out to along with our other clients for the banks, the microfinance clients will be from 1 million to 1.2 million. So 200,000 will be adding this year. The coming year.
Excellent.
So that's a commitment.
See, as an experienced microfinance practitioner, I would like to have your views. There's so much is happening in the last 10 years.
Correct.
The sector has seen so much. Now we talk of responsible finance, we talk of inclusive finance, we talk of technology-driven products. So much is happening. How do you visualize microfinance sector will be in the next 10 years, 2026? I don't know. It's difficult to even visualize. In your vision, where do you think the sector is moving to?
So I have the opportunity to see the early stages of microfinance in the 90s.
90s.
So it was almost a NGO-driven microcredit. Then it has slowly moved to the regulated non-bank companies driving the microfinance. now slowly, now the governments have owned it. Now that's a change I am seeing. In India especially, the government of India, the state governments, everybody speaks about inclusive development, and also about they are aware about the importance of having importance of financial inclusion.
Yeah.
So they are promoting in a big way. All banks are coming. So the next 10 years, I am seeing that the financial inclusion, the microfinance will be bank-driven.
Okay. Maybe universal banks,
small banks. So mostly it is going to be the formal. Yeah.
And it's going to deepen.
Yeah, it's going to deepen. It's going to deepen. Variety of products will come. Initially, we started with credit, then slowly moved to insurance, pension, all other products.
I think for nearly 15-20 years, it was only loan and standard 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 type of loans. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All the best. Wishing you and the ESAF all the best.